What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kind of Funny podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside Christmas in January, Joey Noel.
It's me.
You've been the big topic. I've been promoting all day long. You're on this podcast.
Kind of Funny Games Daily.
People crave Joey. They want more Joey. And
Yeah,
here she
you guys
is.
just keep me caged back there.
We can't. We've
They
gotta
tried.
have it.
What was that now?
They gotta have it.
They gotta have the
You
Joey.
guys wouldn't let me flip houses today. So rude.
You could have come in and flipped houses with us.
Yeah, I had other things to do.
No, don't immediately give up the ground. You gotta act like they really locked you out. You
your
really
case,
wanted
Joe.
to.
Yeah.
Producer/producer Nick Scarpino.
Hi, Greg.
How are you?
I'm well.
I'm so happy that our relationship has evolved into the new level, and you've joined me in the new decade of Greg of just torturing Tim. And
Yeah.
when I say that, I don't mean torturing him literally, just you and me texting about how much we're torturing him and how much we're going to torture him and some of the
Maybe
things we got up our sleeves.
2% of it gets out and hits Tim, but that 2% is going to be
Well,
excellent.
he's not going to like
He's
that.
not gonna like
He's
that.
not
It's a
gonna
high
like that
viscosity.
word. Because Andy, I don't know if you know, since you are too cool for me and Nick,
Yeah, you're so
you
cool.
won't respond to the slacks I send you.
Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah.
There's another one too that was on a different chain with me and Nick just doing things over here.
Oh.
All right. So I want you to know. I know you thought maybe I was all talk last week when I said, the new decade of Greg. I got my new skin. You remember I took off my skin?
I don't remember that.
You don't
I came
remember?
out of the egg?
I
I'm out of the egg and I got new skin. And Andy thought
I don't
maybe
watch one
Andy probably thought it
interview.
was all talk. Andy probably thought it was all talk, but here
You
I
did,
am, and I'm
didn't you?
telling you, there's another one in the chamber. All right. There's the one you know about, and there's another one. All right.
Another Greg?
No, that's Ben. But we're talking about the pranks, the guffaws, the things me and Nick are planning just to make Tim's life a
So
living
many
hell. Now,
things.
Andy, is there some blowback on you possibly? But it's
No.
not directed at you.
Oh, okay.
You're just
Like today, you wouldn't tell me the
collateral
layout of your house. You wouldn't confirm it tonight which room you sleep in. That was just me asking questions. All right. I was confused
Why
by
would
the
you
new,
be
the new
suspicious about that at all?
conversations. Just tell us which room you
Why
sleep
don't you
in.
trust us?
Well, I was just like surprised that Nick was like, you know, they got that middle room there. Like, yeah, I've been sleeping in that room for over a year. What do you,
Andy,
mean
would it
that
be okay
middle
for
room?
me to
I
draw
know.
blueprints for your
I've
house
never been in
really
their
quick
house.
to
Oh,
see
really?
how much of it I remember?
He's
Would
in
you
the
be
middle room.
comfortable with that?
yeah, sure. Because I don't trust your measuring or your like.
Oh, I didn't say I was
Well,
including numbers.
Now, in my brain, and I could have been misremembering this because obviously I am. I thought y'all had a few rooms, and you decided to make the middle room sort of like the streaming / hang / whatever.
No,
room,
that's his room.
That was a long time
I'll let
ago,
him take
though.
what I'll let him think whatever he wants, Kevin.
because that would make sense to me to have that sort of barrier between the two rooms. So, but I guess it makes more sense because you can stream from the other one, and you're a little.
See,
like,
what I
farther away
thought
from
was
everyone.
that he,
Not making noise.
I thought that when the other roommate left, Andy took that room and made it a streaming room. But today, when I said something similar to that, they acted like it was very.
I think
no,
that's what
they
we
took
just
the one
confirmed.
room and did the. But it's like, which room is he fucking sleeping in? All right. Because I'm not saying I gotta get a pizza delivered there and say go to the middle room, side room, back room. I just gotta know what
Well,
room.
okay. Here's the thing. Anytime you've, open up my Twitch stream at night,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Whether you're
Well, that's the thing. Is like you're doing some kind of fucking chameleon shit where it's like that room looks the exact same as it's always looked.
and should that not be your tip off that room stayed the same?
So you bought another bed? I don't
No, I moved. No, if you look at the stream room,
Yeah.
you'll notice there's no longer a bed there.
I can't tell you shrank the photo. It's so small.
There used to be a bed there during the pandemic time,
Uh-huh.
and now there's not. And that's because that bed is now the middle room because I sleep in the middle room.
Have you made it like an adult bedroom?
Oh, fuck no.
Okay.
Oh, man, it's a mess. I like, you'll be lucky if there's not a million goddamn Amazon boxes all over the place.
Sure.
Or boxes for my Nendoroid little figurines.
Sure. Yeah.
Because I get one of those a month
You
usually.
do. Yeah. You
gotta
to
have them.
And
How
so I
many-
box cut them up over the weekend. But my bedroom is a mess. It's like I don't want anybody looking at that shit.
Okay.
Unless Lulu's walking by and I call her in, she comes and hangs out with me.
Yeah.
That's the only time. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
She's the only one allowed in your room.
Pretty much, yeah. I would say so. Because it's just a mess. Like I'm getting better about it, but I am so bad about taking off my hoodie and just dropping it on the floor in the closet.
Sure.
And I've gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, hang some shit up, Andy. Let's, you know how good you feel whenever
Oh,
you're.
Jesus Christ.
All
You
right,
know-
so this is the front half of the house, right? You come in, left side here, that's Barrett's room. He's got a bed on the left side.
Uh-huh.
It might be bay windows. so
They
don't-
changed the bed placement of the.
They did?
Yeah.
Is it more by the windows or less by the windows?
It's less by the
smack dab in
windows.
the
Oh,
middle of the room.
Alright, alright.
interesting.
How do you know so much about it?
Well, because I
No, not
I-
you, Nick.
I was
Oh.
making shit
Oh,
up.
okay.
But so here's
I
the thing.
literally
also
just said
never-
the bed is put smack dab in the middle of the room.
Have you
Dude,
also
have you
never
met
been there?
Barrett? You think that's not, is that the weirdest thing he'd be doing?
Nick's driven by when we did an
But he's
episode of
never been
KFAF. Yeah,
inside.
he picked me up.
I
yeah.
have been inside your room.
I officiated
I mean,
Barrett's
I've
wedding
been
from
inside
the
your place.
backyard, but it was COVID times. I never went in the house.
They don't let you in the house.
No,
Well, that was a COVID
times,
time. Yeah, that was a
All right.
dangerous
So
time.
Andy, if I'm remembering correctly,
Yeah, what's up, homie?
you come in this way.
I was hoping the giant
Your
white
room-
square was going to be Kevin. He
your
was going to
room-
be like,
Your room is further down that way. Is this a bathroom right here? Is this
No.
a bathroom?
The bathroom's on the other side of the middle room.
Is it?
I
But
don't-
it is this.
I don't know what
area.
that hallway. Yeah, that
There's a little hallway into, and there's like
everybody,
you
we
can
got
climb.
Snow Like Mike.
Mike's coming in.
Andy,
Andy's story.
you can
Andy's house from memory?
Yeah,
Because
can you
I
help
can do
us?
it.
Can you
I've
help
only
us?
been in it once, and I already know what it looks
This
like.
is where the
Mike's
hiding.
gonna- Mike's
I think
drawing
that I
it right
would
now.
probably draw at the back.
Andy,
Mike
this
is
is where the
drawing it right
hiding
now.
hole is, right? Like if you
Yeah,
go
where's
up
that?
here-
Mike was in our apartment once when we were showing him and we were selling him our apartment, and he never told us he wasn't going to move in. Yeah, that's the one time that he's been in our apartment where he just let us on for a long time. We're like, I don't think he's coming, but like he just won't tell us. Like it's okay to say
Did
no.
he walk around
That was
asking a lot of
4
questions?
years he
Like,
did
That's like,
so
that's a great
what's
place.
the wattage like?
It's a
What's the
great
wattage
place.
like?
It's a
on
great
I
these?
just
place.
want you to know that Kevin and I had similar conversations of like, you think
I
Mike's
don't
moving in
think
here?
he's
No,
ever
he's
moving in.
probably,
I don't think he's ever
I don't think he's
moving
gonna do it. I think he's gonna move in the other
Yeah,
one.
we're like, he just won't. I don't know. He just won't tell us no. He's drawn right now for the
Yeah.
audio audience.
In the chat, Cameron Kennedy says, "No way, that's not Mike's biggest regret." Mike, how much you regret not living with Andy Cortez?
I know how much fun could we have?
I mean,
had
the
if
amount
we
of
would've just
pictures
stayed
I've
there?
had recently of like, look at this spot. This spot's great, Slappy, right here. You and me, we move in. It's just like, why does that?
He wants to be with you. He just
watch
wants to
out,
spend time
Joey.
with you.
You
So
and me, we
badly.
move in there.
What's so wrong with this?
Yeah, why don't you just
You know
let
that
this?
you would
How much you
offer to
accept his
move all
love?
of your stuff for you.
And
If it meant that you guys could live
he would
together.
offer it, but then it'd be washy and fucking Kevin A6.
I'm very
Kevin
clean.
X.
I'll clean for you. I love cleaning. I'll clean for
He
you.
does love cleaning,
I love
yeah.
cleaning.
The Mike, Washburn, JD, Kevin Asex connection
Can do anything.
is incredible because it goes in like a linear line, right? Where like they just for whatever reason do whatever Mike wants them to do, and Mike then just does not. He just wants to only hang out with Andy. It's just the weirdest. It's the weirdest dynamic.
So messed up.
No, I mean,
He hangs out with them. I'm just being facetious.
no, yeah,
but
yeah,
still,
yeah.
I don't.
He
It's, I
wants
never.
to hang
it's
out
like
with
a-
Andy.
I don't like just falling back on a quote, but it is so much the Joker from Dark Knight of like. He's just a dog chasing cars. You wouldn't know. Like, imagine if Andy's like, all right, cool, we're moving in. Like, how quickly Mike would just ghost Andy and never hang out with Andy again.
Andy, I made your room. Let me know what you think. How close is that from the front door to Baird and
Oh.
Wait,
Alyssa's
where's
room?
the front door? Where's the front
So
door?
front door's right here. Yeah,
Front door's
that's where
right
you
there.
walk
You
in.
fucking nailed
It's a
it.
tight walkway here, but Baird and Alyssa's room is right when you walk into your. Well, I don't know. Should I be detailing their whole entire home?
You're
Well,
close.
I mean, I wouldn't give out the address.
You're,
Oh, yeah.
you're
really
close,
close.
but
Like, this is it right
You just
here.
have to move the
Andy,
kitchen
on your right. On your right.
there we go. Yeah, push it in.
Camera
Push it in.
5.
down.
There we go.
okay.
You
You're
just have to
Kevin,
move
this is
down
good tech.
here.
you're
you got
not
here.
off. You're not off, Mike.
See
But
how crisp it is too.
the
Yeah.
The sizing is a little off.
like
Where's the front door?
up here,
Ah,
I would
The
say
kitchen's
kitchen and
wrong.
living room are not like that. Living room is here, and then kitchen's here.
Andy, if I may, I have another diagram for you.
Show us the other diagram.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Andy
I
just said
love
what it
talking
was.
about Andy's house.
Yeah.
Andy
he does.
literally just said
Right?
exactly what it was, and
I
Kevin's
don't-
like, "Let me
what's
show
the
you
middle
my
step?
version of this." And he's like, "This is how
Barrett.
the art is the guy that went to art school."
Yeah, there we go. That's nice.
Uh-huh. Bathroom.
No.
No.
No. No.
Wow.
Bathroom's not there.
Again, he just went through exactly
I
what
wasn't
it was.
listening. I was trying to get the text. Living room.
It's close.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's keep going.
Kitchen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Second
But-
bathroom.
Yeah,
Second bedroom.
you're missing some space over there because on the far right,
There's also
the
a
kitchen
second
turns into the
bathroom.
washroom that becomes Barrett and Alyssa's.
Oh.
Let me
bathroom.
wait. Let me
There's
try mine.
another-
Let me try mine.
yeah,
I just
okay.
I just
Kitchen.
finished
Kitchen,
it.
bathroom
This is
in
mine.
the kitchen.
No, it's
My
through
dream.
the kitchen.
You're taking a shit.
No,
making some
it's
eggs.
further back there. It's further.
Now, how close is my drawing to what it was?
Let me see.
Show
Let
it
me
to
see the
camera
older
5.
show.
Camera
again.
5.
It's the same drawing. It's Mike's drawing.
I don't like when Nick's like, I'm not the center of attention. I have to do something. I have to do something.
I'm the one that was
I need to do this.
If you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen and MBs, this is the Kind of Funny podcast each and every week. 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather on this table, coming to talk to each other about whatever it is they want to talk about. If you want to talk with us, then you should be using your Kind of Funny membership, just like Ken G is, 8-Bit Louise is, Benny B. Good is, Kevin, I'm old. If you could make the if you could enlarge it. It's all very small
Langley's
today.
at the bottom if you're missing Langley.
Oh, is Langley over there?
Langley's at
Matt
the bottom.
Bowers there, too.
We
Matt
got
Bowers.
Jameson S, JT Besta.
Langley just devoured a child and came in to hang out, stole all his dreams.
One
put him
more
in a
day
coma.
on this corporeal realm.
Of course, you can be watching live with the Kind of Funny membership. $10 gets you all of our programming. That's 20 shows a week, ad-free. The ability to watch podcasts like this in the afternoon as we record them. And, of course, your daily dose of me, Greg Miller, in a series we call Greg Way. That's great. Thank you, Kevin. Of course, you can pick up a Kind of Funny membership on patreon.com/kindoffunny, youtube.com/kindoffunnygames, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. And, hey, if you're over on Spotify, guess what? All of the Kind of Funny podcasts are now video on Spotify. That's pretty cool.
Greg, if I may, I just want to clarify one thing.
Please.
I have never been past this point right here. I've never seen.
Oh, really?
Well, you still have the whole
My
middle
problem
of the
is
layout
you're just
incorrect.
drawing, and this isn't again. This is just as somebody who's never been in the building. Just show it again. All your lines are just hard walls. Like I don't even know how you're getting in these. So it's like you never been past.
in the
Kevin can
first
phase
drawing,
through
I
walls.
drew a door here.
Okay, yeah,
There's another door here.
sure.
I believe that's the way they open. The bathroom door, does it open on this side, Andy?
The bathroom's
I
not
thought I had a
there.
Yeah,
pass
you're just
through.
way off.
There's no
Isn't that one where
passenger?
two people can go in
Well,
at
it's
the same
like
time?
drawing
in
again?
line with the other two rooms. It's not
Does
in
Nick
front.
have his drawing prepped? I
No,
think
that was
Andy-
Mike's drawing.
I'll tell you what I love though. My restroom has now been sort of like it's off
Limits.
It's off limits. That's a great word, yeah.
Just you.
Just me.
Nice.
But wasn't it?
So
Has
do
it
you
not always been that way?
You had to share it with the other person.
Well, no. What I'm saying is like whenever there's a guest over, Alyssa and Barrett will be like, go use our restroom. Because my restroom is pretty much my front door. Because the actual door into my bedroom has like stuff that Barrett and Alyssa leave there. Because they kind of notice Andy never uses that door. He enters through the
To
restroom.
the bathroom, like exit through the gift
So
shop.
so that's kind of his entrance. So they kind of started putting stuff in front of that door. And so they now know that's Andy's entrance to his bedroom. So also nobody else ever uses that restroom because that's his entrance to his actual bedroom, which is great for me.
Good
good stuff
call.
for me.
What
Yeah.
do they got leaning against the door? Like a
It'll be like
exercise bike?
boxes. Yeah, no, like miscellaneous things.
Okay.
Some boxes. You know, she's a teacher. She's got a
Storage.
lot of shit going on. You know, so
Sure.
it's always like little
About
doodads.
folder thingy
Do you ever
things.
help with the lesson plans? You ever walk out there like they're making bees, they're making butterflies for the class? You go out there, you make a few.
I'll go
Creating
make a
some
couple
math.
bees and butterflies. Yeah, absolutely.
The butterfly is easier to make than the bees. Bees a little smaller.
Nick's great, guys.
He's on one right
I'm
now.
fucking love Nick.
He's on
Andy,
it.
I have a question
Yeah.
for you. Out of everybody here, I want a list. I need you to rank everybody. Who
Put
would
Mike
you,
at the bottom for whatever
who
the
would you
question
be
is.
most nervous, scared about finding in your house if you came home one day?
Oh, Greg, 100%.
Yeah, Greg. Yeah.
You think it's
But
Greg?
why? You know, if I'm there, it's fun content. You know what I mean?
for you?
And you know that if Greg's there, he's
You
there
open
for
the
like a
door, cool
shorter
Greg's
amount
standing
of
there in the
time.
dark. You're not like, that's weird. Greg's there dressed
No,
as
'cause-
Ronald McDonald, and we're about to have a good time.
Well, because whoever I see there, I immediately think of what precipitated this incident, you know?
Sure.
And with Cool Greg, I'll be like, maybe he was walking around the town. Maybe he needed a place to pee and just hit up Barrett and was like, hey, can I go to the restroom? You know, like that's what I sort of think about.
Sure.
If you're there, it's like, oh, you're hanging out with Alyssa, whatever the hell. If Nick's there, maybe Nick was in town doing a comedy show and also needed to pee. Maybe anybody needed to pee. Joey maybe needed to pee as well. With Greg, I'm like, you have no reason for being anywhere here. And there's something dangerous happening. You know, like there's
Also,
I go by your house more than anybody and have to pee. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? But
this is true.
I think of the other things I could do. Leave things on the windshield. You know what I mean?
yeah, I saw something on my windshield also the other day.
That wasn't me.
Okay.
I've definitely been by with Ben before too. There was one time recently where we were trying
it
to get
Ben? Was
we were
Ben
trying to
on
get
your
pho,
windshield?
our pho, trying to get some pho,
Yeah.
and it was like I couldn't park, and so it made me later and later, and I was so mad because I was gonna do something. I forget what I was gonna do. I was gonna do something to your house, but it was like I was so late, I had to go.
It's absurd.
Yeah, exactly, right?
I just don't. I just I know that if you're around, there's nothing good to be. Like, there's no good reason for you to be there.
You're
you
an
know?
agent of
No
chaos.
positive reason.
What do you mean? He just did the terse thing. The time I had you come out because I left the worldlies thing on your car. That was funny. You had a great time.
Yeah, but then there are some times where I think I get scared because I think there's a ticket for like a parking ticket.
Yeah.
But then aren't you so relieved that it's not a
Exactly.
ticket?
You're right. You're right.
Huge, right?
You're right.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have
Yeah.
had the initial scare anyway.
Yeah, but now you feel alive. Now you've seen the devil and you've gotten the
Adrenaline
reprieve.
pumping every once
I
in a
also
while.
need to call out Nick saying Greg would be the last person I'd want there, and Joey saying, yeah, but what if it's a good thing? And Nick replying, is there ever a good reason? So like, you need to understand that like you're right there with me.
Oh, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. Half the reason why I side with Greg is because I'm terrified of what Greg represents.
You don't want to earn the
I know.
ire.
I just want to be a part of it. I don't want to be on the other side of
Yeah,
it.
that's a good place
Don't-
to
Because
be.
you know you're gonna walk in and Greg's gonna have that look on his face, right? That one right there. You're like, what fucking clown is gonna stab me
Yeah.
now? What am I gonna get stabbed?
That's the thing is I wish Tim was just a little bit closer on my drive home because like what I want to do is just ring the doorbell in the middle of the night. You know what I mean? Just ring the doorbell.
Set the dogs
Yeah,
off.
and have the thing and be all set to go. Have the money in the bank briefcase. ready to
Over
go.
that, yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, just torture him in general.
Yeah, I get
right?
it.
Yeah.
Well, we would be great
Yeah.
and chat be cool.
Chappie, cool.
Similar to, remember, like if we were to do a full size, similar to Gus Sorolla having a cardboard cutout.
Yeah.
If we were to get a Greg cardboard cutout
Sure.
and put it somewhere in Tim's window,
That's really good.
one of his windows.
Really good.
You know?
That's really good. I like that a lot. Yeah.
That could be awesome.
We just have Cool Greg ring the doorbell. Put
Yeah,
it
Cool Greg would
outside
have
the
us.
doorbell and ring the doorbell for us.
yeah, you're right. It
The
doesn't even-
problem is though, and I love Cool Greg to death. And if you don't know, Cool Greg's an amazing person, and he's got a very pure soul. We would ask him to do this,
And
and
he
he
would
would
hate it.
hem and haw for
He would
30 minutes
not
before
like
he
it.
sends me a novel text message to be like, "I couldn't do it, bro. I'm sorry. I didn't want to let you down, but I
Yeah.
can't torture my brother."
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. He
I'll do
would
it.
not.
I
He
can
wouldn't want to.
Yeah, Kev will do it. Yeah.
So for sure they sell very easily. I think on Amazon you can get full size standees of people if you just put the picture in there. And I have it on good authority. They will use AI to recreate the rest of your body, and
Right.
it does look like an alien blob.
Great. That's
So
what
I think if
love.
we could get 5 to 10 of those made, because the first one's obvious.
If chat can be cool again, like this is Tim not being here
Yeah.
today, and then he's not here tomorrow. He
Hey, he's
said
definitely not here
the
tomorrow.
clock's ticking because I had a prank I wanted to do this week, but I need him to be here. You know what I mean?
Oh, you
Like-
need him to be here. This
Yeah.
isn't like a home thing.
No.
We also we've been sitting on a prank for years at this point that we wanted to send a mariachi
and this is a
band
Joey one now.
to Tim's
We did.
to just
This was
when
house.
because we knew
This
that
is
he was
COVID.
checking
Remember,
out.
this is
Birthday,
COVID
right?
when we
Yeah.
were doing
First
Which
work
birthday.
from home.
Yeah, first birthday, I think.
Yeah.
Or whatever
And we
day.
never did
30th,
it.
maybe?
Any day, really.
No.
I don't think it was even
Uh,
because anything. I think it was just wouldn't it be funny if Tim was trying to host a show and a mariachi band broke in behind him.
The pranks that we have let go would have made us superstars. I just want you to know that. And it's unfortunate. The first prank, we can't do it anymore because they don't have that stupid service anymore at
Yeah.
AMC. But really pranking Andy with all those hot dogs would have been the funniest fucking thing ever.
Now here's one of the big
Would have been
problems
the
we
funniest
have
fucking thing
is
ever.
that putting the pranks on Tim isn't going as well as I want it to because rather than do what Andy does, which is then turn them over to the world and
Yeah.
share them, Tim just sits on them and lets them attack.
He just lets it erode his soul.
Wait, is
Because
there
he's
one
hope-
that's happened already that we aren't aware of? 'Cause he hasn't told
I
anybody?
dusted off. Well, I mean, the other day on Games Daily or whatever, he read through the text messages I had sent him when I was threatening to come over in the middle of the night. When I thought I made him think something horrible had happened, and he called me and I said I couldn't answer. And then, but then over the weekend, I dusted off an old classic where I was like, why not send a voice memo? But instead of Andy, my old victim. This is like
And my old victim, you sent me one like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
This is like when Buffy starts dating Spike and Buffy the Vampire's like, my old victim over here. But like, anyways, I thought I'll send it to Tim, and Tim, of course. Now, granted, I'm sick. But like, come on. This is the one I sent him Saturday at 5:36.
Tim, it's Greg. I'm geocaching at the Presidio, but the only treasure I'm thinking about is your star. You know I'm going to get it. You know it could happen anytime. So what I'm going to need you to do, go into your settings on your little iPhone, all right, and share your location with me. 'Cause I'm going to need to know where your ass is at every second of the day. So whenever I want us to cash in stars in the jar, I can. And this isn't about you right now.
Ben started talking about
No,
what
I
he
get
wanted for
it.
dinner.
You
and I
gotta
was
let
like,
him
Ben,
know.
this isn't about you. This isn't about you right now.
Yeah, because this is the
So
one
he
from.
didn't say anything?
No, he didn't say anything. Then he just said, so that was 5:36 Saturday. Then yesterday,
Poor Tim fighting for his
1:10.
life.
Hey, dude, good news, bad news, bad news. I'm hella sick. I don't care. Respond to the voice memo. I'm Jerry Lewis out here sending out funnies. What do you got now?
Andy. It's Greg. We're walking around Fisherman's Wharf, man. Let me tell you, I bet it'd be hard to fish a body out of the bay. I'll see you on Friday.
I love when Jen gets roped into it.
Well, I don't know what it is about Jen, but it's always when I do the end day, she goes, end day. And then she realizes I'm doing the bit. It's like, no, every time she thinks I'm sending a sweet message, and then it turns into me murdering you or something at the farmer's market.
That's wonderful.
That was the thing about this one. Like, I'll tell you, the Instagram, they keep the gate wide open, whereas the iPhone here, they close it off. Because like Jen was over there talking as well, and Ben too. That's why I sound
Well, I
even
bet
more
you could
crazy.
turn that off. Yeah, I think most phones will have like the.
Noise reduction
hacker.
or whatever it is.
He's not hacking.
I'm not hacking. I'm not
You're
there to
right.
hack. You know what I mean? That's not what it's about.
He plays on PlayStation. He's not doing that shit.
Speaking
Wait,
of getting
so-
hacked, why can't we use our clock anymore?
You know what? We don't know.
Is that a Tim prank?
No, Tim's not that smart. And Tim would only be pranking Barrett and Kevin. And it happened to Barrett. It had to deal with it before Kevin did, so that's why I tossed it to him. You know what I mean? So if you didn't know, everybody, the entire run of Kind of Funny since the studio above the comic shop, we've had a, what did we use? Some stopwatch.com or something or whatever?
Something like that. I'm looking for it now.
Yeah, it's something like that.
And then just out of the blue the other day, we tried to log into, or not even log in, just open the URL, and it said your IP address has been banned. And we can only assume because we use it too much. There must be some
It
setting.
hurts. I wish they had just told us.
There's some setting. They're like, there's no way this IP address is literally sitting on
They're still using it.
stopwatch.com
Yeah.
every day for 7 years for 8 hours a day.
Oh, that kind of makes sense. That makes a lot more sense to me.
But what would be the downside to that? It's a
Because
stopwatch program.
Bandwidth? I don't
Obviously, people would need it
It's
on a regular
clock.
basis.
It's like a military clock.
But
Yeah.
it makes a lot more sense from the mentality of there's no way this is a real house still using this. Like, just ban it because it's clear that that's not a real person.
Maybe they're gone forever because now I'm trying to find it. And it was like the first thing that would come up on Google when you looked up stopwatch or clock.
Because for me, the initial thing I thought was like, this has got to be some front for a crime or whatever. And then the people doing the crime were like, well, we're actually spending money on this stupid
We're
place.
losing money on the fucking .com.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, Kevin. Stopwatch.com.
I said that.
Is that what it was?
I
Stopwatch.com?
don't give you any credit,
It's gotta be
Greg.
Kevin, you know?
It's hard to pay attention to 5 people.
That's why I try to keep it to 4. Sometimes 5. but
I don't think
yeah.
it was Stopwatch.
I can't find the website either.
Maybe it's just gone.
Maybe it's
Man,
gone
that
forever.
sucks. Who would have thought this website that had no ads on it
End of an era.
just would go away
End of
one
an
day,
era.
You know what I
People
mean?
just burning money on this.
Speaking of burning money, if you're not burning money on your Kind of Funny membership, remember, of course, you can get the show for free. YouTube.com/KindofFunnyGames podcast services around the globe each and every week. Please like, subscribe, share, follow, everything else. And if you want to go that extra mile, be a Patreon producer like James Hastings, Casey Andrew, and Nathan Lamoth. Today, we're brought to you by Built Rewards and BetterHelp. We'll talk about that after we find out what's Andy's chuckling at. What are you chuckling at?
Are you comfortable
I don't
with
know
that?
if I can talk about
Are you
it.
comfortable with that?
You can't do it. You can't do that.
It's a surprise for the audience. Later.
It's something that's
I don't.
yeah.
I don't like not being.
I don't
Show it
like
to-
it.
show it to
Show it
Joey.
to Joey. Show it to me.
I just don't want to say what it is yet because
For a piece
We've
of,
already
it's for
done
the
that.
thumbnail for a piece of content
But
we're
we've
gonna
already
do.
put that out.
Yeah, but they don't know it's gonna be the thumbnail for it.
Okay.
okay. I wasn't sure if we like officially showed this.
Yeah, that
We
was
did. It was a few.
definitely
It was a few
last
months
year.
ago, but I want to use that for the thumbnail.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I like it.
It's even better.
They don't know it's for the thumbnail.
A thing that we publicly put out.
They've
Which is
seen,
fine.
they've seen the image. They don't want to know about the
It's gonna
thumbnail.
be fine. Yeah, you'll see by the end of the week. How about that?
Joey, you're here.
Mm-hmm.
You, of course, were one of the movie bros.
I was.
You and somebody else, I can't remember. And on
hard to
top of
remember.
that, now
So
you're one of
well.
the MVP players playing Roger's movie game, secret movie game.
I love
Cinephile.
We haven't played in so long. Since
Roger's gone. Nick doesn't want
We
to throw the
can't.
football anymore.
It's so hard to be the person typing. We don't give enough credit to Roger.
Nerdle?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sin2 Nerdle.
Yeah.
Sin2 Nerdle. It's
Have you
great.
started playing on your own, or are you waiting for Roger's return?
No, I need Rogers.
He has to be the typer.
Me, Roger, and Joey kind of have the trio and the Holy Trinity energy.
Got
Yeah.
it.
We
I'm
haven't
the
played
father,
once.
he's
We
the-
went cold turkey after he
Cold
left.
turkey. But when he comes back, we're gonna play more.
You
It's
can't
so
win.
much fun.
Yeah, of course.
Nick
it is.
hasn't touched a football in weeks.
I refuse to. I'm a different person. I don't know if I like
It's
myself
so
better or
disturbing when you
not.
walk around with that football for no reason.
I get aggressive.
He
You do,
yells
yeah.
like, "Where's my football?" Like,
You hit it for me. Why?
I didn't hide it from you.
Explain it.
I have a question in the vein of the cinephiles,
Okay.
of two nerdles.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to know, what actor did you get wrong? What actor did you just totally peg wrong? Because I have two things here. The
Okay.
first one is
Thought
ripped
started.
from one and only Alien in review. We're doing a AVP, Alien vs. Predator in review right now. We watched Alien to start last week. Aliens is happening this week. I've already watched it with Jen or whatever.
Maybe it'll have a great thumbnail.
Maybe.
Okay.
You'll have to wait
that
and
you've
see.
seen before.
Andy gets me.
I get you.
We all get it. That's what you guys were talking about.
My thought watching it, of course, and I've seen Alien and Aliens before, and I've seen
Sure.
Alien 3, and I've seen a lot of Aliens movies, actually.
Yeah.
But I never watched them as an adult. So I'm watching this just being like, man, I typecast Sigourney Weaver as Dana Barrett. You know what I mean? Like, she is fucking eating up these goddamn movies. She's killing it out here. She's so talented. She's so good. She's got multiple dimensions here. Because Dana Barrett isn't rocking around the goddamn flamethrower killing things.
Is
She's
that
chasing a
from
baby.
Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lady from Ghostbusters, yeah.
She was good at art restoration, though.
She was.
In the
Well, was
second
she?
one.
I mean, that was her part-time job. She's really good at the
cello.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I get lost in thinking about this, and it's just like the thing of like when I was a kid and I'm watching Ghostbusters and I'm obsessed with Ghostbusters and stuff, and everybody from Ghostbusters was just not those characters, but that's what I knew them
Yeah,
from.
those are the
I don't
ones
think I
you
could ever
touched
get
on.
past that watching it. Plus, I'm a kid, so I'm not getting the nuanced performances, right? Because I remember watching Gorillas in the Mist. Another Sigourney Weaver picture. You know what I mean? And I don't remember anything about that movie either, other than there was gorillas and she was in it. And I think she won an Academy Award or got
That
nominated
might
for it.
also have been missed.
No, it wasn't missed. It wasn't
Okay.
missed. I'll never forget. I'll never forget. But it's the same thing of like every time I'm trying to run through every time I've seen Sigourney Weaver since then. I'm like, God damn. Like,
Avatar.
yeah, I don't know. Come on.
Cabin in the Woods.
Yes, that is correct as well. But it's more the fact of just like she was such a potent celebrity, such a movie star for the time there, Nick, in those 80s movies. You know what I mean? You look at this thing of what was it, 79 for Alien, we said, 84 for
86 for
Ghostbusters, 86 for
86 for
Aliens,
Aliens.
89 for Ghostbusters 2. She's on a run there, right, with Girls in the Mist somewhere in there. But then in the 90s, I don't feel like she did much that I was watching, that I was a pick.
And
So
if I may do a little bit, just a small amount of objectification. I don't know if I've ever had a bigger childhood crush on somebody than Sigourney Weaver in Galaxy Quest.
Oh,
Man, that was that massive crush. Still do, obviously, but just wanted to do a little slight objectification.
That's when she's
there.
like blonde too, right?
Yeah, it's batty, yeah. But no, I don't. It's interesting you say that, Greg, because after watching, or not just, every once in a while you skim some articles, right?
Yeah.
And you see how Sebastian Stan said,
Mhm.
I want to be the next Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson is doing everything, right? He's in all sorts of different
Our Pat's
films.
crushing it.
And people are loving his performances in all sorts of different genres, right? He's not pigeonholing himself as just like the
Twilight
heartthrob guy. Yeah. And you see Sebastian Stan, and he's playing Tommy Lee, and
Playing
people
Donald
enjoy
Trump.
that. He played Donald Trump, and people say
Better Man is supposed to be excellent.
exactly, yeah. But then I think of his performance in What If, and I'm like, I don't know, I don't know,
Yeah.
I don't know, Sebastian.
What? Two steps forward, one step back,
Exactly. But yeah, I would kind of put him in that sort of area, and I think everybody felt the same about Robert Pattinson until he started really kind of changing his tide and changing his tune, being all these indie films, right?
Yeah.
The
The Zac Efron. You go from High School Musical
yeah.
to Iron Claw,
Yeah.
plus
Yeah.
all the fun stuff in between.
Yeah.
There's
You go
there.
musical, comedy, drama.
Well, Zac Efron has. I think Zac Efron like grew as an artist as he was going through those. Because really, by the time you hit 17 again, you're like, give him an Academy Award for this. He can be
Matthew
Matthew
Perry.
Perry. R.I.P. Matthew Perry. I'm in that gray area right now with a few actors, Greg.
Oh, wow.
And I don't want to bring this energy here because I know Joey's on this podcast.
Ugh, I know exactly.
And Joey
where you're
has a
gonna go for this.
tendency to, we'll just say, get aggressive with me when I voice this particular opinion. We're not going to say any laws have been broken, but it's gotten almost physical.
Wow.
on her behalf. But I am still in a weird middle ground with Glenn Powell,
Oh,
where I like Glenn Powell, but
Which
I
is an improvement from where it
I-
works.
I-
So maybe
I-
the intimidation.
I
work.
like him as a side character. I think he did great in Maverick. I liked but the first time I remember seeing him in something, and I'm like, okay, maybe he's got slightly more deep chops. Is when he did.
Set it up.
No, that movie is
Twisters.
Twisters is also very surface level for me. The
Green
one he
Flames.
did where he was like a
God,
hitman
he's so easy to
for
draw.
hire.
Hitman.
This
The
dude
Hitman.
is so easy to draw. Like, look
Is
at
this a drawing of him? I
No,
thought
it's
this was
just
a photo.
like this dude looks like a caricature. Just a little, tiny eyes while smiling.
Yeah.
A massive smile.
He's like a cartoon pilot.
Beautiful abs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's
a cartoon
gorgeous.
pilot. Yeah.
I like. See,
It's like
I'm
some men's fitness ass photo shoot.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see how he progresses and how he challenges himself with different roles because that's
Got
really
him in the Running Man next, right?
the
Or
Running
one of
Man
the
could be
next ones?
fun. I mean, that could be an intense, really kind of good role for him to sink his teeth into and kind of be a little bit more 3-dimensional. I don't blame him for it. I think that he's been cast as that guy in every single thing, and so
Yeah.
I think now he's at that pivotal point where he needs to break out and go McConaughey. Because for a while McConaughey was just that guy.
Yeah.
And McConaughey, everyone loved
dreamboat.
McConaughey. McConaughey at a certain point made a decision where he was like, I'm not fucking doing Fool's Rush
I'm
In
gonna be
anymore,
a
Failure to Launch
detective.
anymore.
Fool's Gold. Thank
Fool's
you very
Gold,
much.
sorry. Fool's Rushing was met.
We,
was,
we also love Fool's Rush.
Oh, we do. Notice
Matthew Perry, Selma Hayek, we use it all the time.
beautiful,
We're
beautiful.
too
We win
nerdal.
with that a lot. So I think he's in that point where McConaughey was, where McConaughey was like, I want to do Dallas Buyers Club and Interstellar and just really start just sinking my teeth like mud, a bunch of roles that are just not
It
the
was True
sexy
Detective.
guy.
It
True
was-
Detective
it
really,
was True
that
Detective
was
that started
a
it.
good spin for him. And he had that
Lincoln
one
Lawyer.
great year where it was like Dallas Buyers Club and like 2 other awesome
Yeah, I was gonna say that was
fucking movies.
before True Detective, wasn't it?
He
Dallas Buyers Club and when
Dallas Buyers Club was like 2015, 2014.
Yeah, True Detective was definitely before that, I'm pretty sure.
Well, we can look it up. We have the capabilities. But so I'm hoping Glenn Powell does that. Another actor that I hate to say that I'm always still just lukewarm on is Cavill. I just don't.
Wow.
Yeah, I've just never seen him in anything where I'm like, you're just not doing it. You're not really 3-dimensional for me, man. You're just a real good looking guy. Real
Well, I mean,
good looking.
yeah.
guy.
Even Mission Impossible didn't look him.
I didn't love him in that. I thought he was a fine fool. But again, he's only in it for like 15, 20 minutes of the movie. He's kind of
Dallas
like,
Buyers Club, 2013.
Oh, wow.
so
you
I
beat
stand
me.
by it.
You beat me.
That's what I like to do.
again, I got nothing against him. I just think he's not. I think Cavill hasn't had those roles yet. He's always the
The guy.
you can tell when the writer's writing, they're like, when they're writing the description of the main character, like a Henry Cavill type is always that, like, just gorgeous, jacked out, perfectly coiffed person. But he hasn't done the Dallas Buyers Club yet. He hasn't stretched into that.
Okay,
like him
rebuttal.
just acting.
I know Greg already mentioned Mission Impossible, but he did reload his arms in that trailer. In Mission
I
Impossible.
think he did in the movie too.
He did, but there wasn't the sound effect. But
Oh.
He did it in real.
It was fucking cool.
Fucking what a
He
great
did also
line.
have that incredible mustache that helped end the Zack Snyderverse.
You're
So
right.
that was pretty fucking cool, actually.
So, I mean,
right.
first off,
Yeah.
the Snyderverse would have been fine if it wasn't for Joss Whedon coming in. That's why the mustache was a problem. One of the best moments of all time. Nick, do I need to watch Working Girl?
I would.
Yeah.
It's a Melanie Griffith.
I mean, you look at this cast.
classic.
I mean,
Harrison Ford, Sigourney Weaver is
exactly.
a
You
great
see
character.
how I got
Working
there, right?
Girl's good.
It's a good movie. Yeah, it's a really good movie.
Never
I
watched.
haven't
I
watched
can't
it.
remember ever watching
God,
this
he's
one.
fucking good.
I will
looking,
say
though.
that sometimes I do get it confused with 9 to 5,
Uh,
which is also
a great
good.
movie. I watched
9 to
that.
5 is amazing,
That was on I think AMC the other day. I kind of just watched like 10 minutes of it. I was
Yeah.
like, it's a fucking intense movie. Actually, really kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
When a secretary's this is Working Girl. When a secretary's idea is stolen by her boss,
cool.
she seizes an opportunity to steal it back by pretending she has her boss's job.
Great.
9 to 5,
I
don't they
love that.
almost kill the boss though?
Yeah, they
Is that
throw his
what
ass
they
out the window. It's
Yeah.
technical.
It's been a long time since I've seen
He, I think Working Girl has that. It's got a great song that goes with it. I want to say it's Cyndi Lauper. Something. There's a great like whatever the song is that was like the main song of that movie. It's like a banger.
I'm gonna put that on the watch list. I'll tell you
Put it on
about
the
when I
watch
get
list.
there.
Yeah,
Don't
Sigourney
worry.
Weaver was one of those interesting ones for me, man. Because my touchstone for her was always Aliens. Always.
Weird.
That was the first time I really remember her because she's the main character. I mean,
Yeah.
she's the protagonist, Ellen Ripley, and it's the most iconic, like arguably one of the most iconic protagonists in like sci-fi action.
For sure.
Period. So seeing her, I always just thought it was cool, in my opinion. Going back and watching Ghostbusters, like it's so fucking cool they got Ripley to be in this movie.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
thought it was the coolest thing. I was like, how the fuck did they get? And you look back and you're like, how did you get Sigourney Weaver for that fucking role?
Yeah.
And it's rad that she did it because she adds so much more to that role than just a generic person would have come in.
I think we should get her on the show.
Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, and I think we have a shot at it because as soon as I finished I was watching Aliens over the course of 2 nights because Jen can't stay awake for a movie to save her life.
Yeah.
But the first part of Aliens, when we're watching it, I'm like, I pause it, I'm like, this is an important scene, Jen, because it turns out that this is when one of the only scenes they had to use the original actor for Hickson. Because you know how they had to replace Hicks?
Hicks, yeah.
Yeah, Michael Biehn
Yeah.
gets replaced. What's
Not to
his
be
name?
confused with Hudson.
I just watched it again.
James Remar.
James Remar.
Yeah.
Are you talking about a part 2?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Aliens famously, Michael Biehn.
No spoilers. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Well, no,
This
this
is-
is backstory
yeah.
Like
for it.
production.
Michael Biehn like lobbied pretty hard to be in it, and Cameron was like, "I don't want you for this. I want James Remar for it." James Remar was if you saw James Remar, you would know exactly who this actor is. Kevin will bring him up in a second if he has. Second, he was in 48 Hours. He's been in a bunch of shit. And Remar apparently, I think, got arrested
Drugs.
for drugs in Britain
London, yeah.
or London.
Oh,
So
gosh.
he wanted him for Hicks originally, and then
He
so-
had him. They filmed
had
a
him.
bunch of stuff, and like it's.
Yeah.
Anyways,
It's
the
super
way
cool.
Jen's like, how do you know this about this
Where do
movie?
I
You're not
know
the
him
aliens guy. I'm like,
from?
there's the show on Netflix, The Movies That Made Us, and there's
you
one
say?
about aliens. And so
Yes.
as soon as we finished Aliens
I think it was
last
in
night,
Revenge.
we jumped in to watch that again, and I was going through. But the fact that they got Sigourney Weaver for that, I was like, huh. Sigourney Weaver's down to talk about this. I like that.
she's in all the documentary stuff.
I
She's
know,
in,
but you know how sometimes you get to that level of celebrity where like I'm not doing the 30-minute Netflix show about the movie that made me.
Someone recommended it for me in the chat, but I believe I watched it already on the plane. If I'm thinking the right thing, Alien Expanded, which is like a really long documentary about the whole aliens process and
Yeah.
how everyone hated James Cameron and how all of the actors were like fucking what the hell's going on. It was kind of a nightmare shoot, but it's really cool. And I think she was in that.
Thank you, Delaney Twining. It's Raiden in Mortal Kombat 2. That's where I
There you
know
go.
that dude's face.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
part 1, you had Christopher Lambert, Mortal Kombat.
You must meet them in Mortal Kombat.
And then part 2, they replaced him. And it was like
That's
a weird
Andrew Moore,
casting. I was
yeah.
like, what's up with this? Did you hear, Nick, that somebody at a screening for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 2, the final reckoning, almost had a heart attack and died?
Fuck yeah.
Somebody in the screener was like, I felt myself suffocating.
That's
I thought I
awesome.
was having a heart attack.
That's awesome because all the
God, I can't wait for
because
this
of all the
movie.
underwater shit.
Yeah, probably.
Have you seen any of that
Oh,
stuff?
that probably
I-
feels so claustrophobic.
He's fucking crazy, dude. Like all the
I
shit
only
that he's
see
done in the
stuff of
sky is
him
like
on
doing
the
underwater.
plane.
I think he's doing a bunch of. I think they shot a crazy amount of underwater shit. Because remember at the end of Dead Reckoning 1, it was like you got to go get the MacGuffin in the fucking submarine in the Arctic Sea or whatever the hell it was.
I don't remember that at all.
It was not my
That just
favorite
makes me think of
movie.
Fast and Furious.
Not my favorite Mission Impossible for sure, Joe, but it's, in that sequence where I think in the trailer, he kind of opens the compartment underwater and there's a shit ton of like nukes and missiles. And he's just like, oh my God, how am I going to
do
handle this?
remember
Man, I
this.
can't freaking wait, dude.
That's it. It's the last one.
But I was just so disappointed by that last one.
We'll see because Tom Cruise rarely misses, and that was a miss for me. But don't forget,
McHugh.
for every time he does Top Gun Maverick, he gets 15 misses in my book.
Wow.
That movie was so fucking good, and they're gonna make another one of those soon. That's gonna be awesome.
I'm going to try to campaign to Tim to be like, what if we just did all of Mission Impossible in
Again?
review
Again,
Yeah.
I was thinking about the first Mission Impossible the other day. I want to go back and watch that. I really like that film.
I want to go back and rewatch them just because I can never remember. All of the titles to me are so
They're
interchangeable.
actually honestly, that's the real deal from Paramount. They were like, you can just call them whatever you want. They're all the
Yeah.
same. The titles are all so generic.
And I feel like you could mix
Rogue
and match
Nation,
each of those words.
Ghost Nation,
Yeah.
Ghost Protocol, Rogue Protocol.
No.
Ghost Protocol
Fallout
is the one
Dead.
where he's climbing the Burj Khalifa. That's
But
Ghost
like-
Protocol. That's the
But
one.
that doesn't. Nothing
that's
about
the one I always
name
think is Rogue
indicates
Nation.
Anything happening in the movie.
Rogue
right?
Nation's the one where he's like,
Rogue Nation's
Ethan,
5.
Ethan Hunt.
But also Ghost Protocol, Joe, is the one with where him and goddamn Simon Pegg, where they set up the little robot that fakes the hallway.
I
Oh,
fucking
that
love
is
that.
so
One of the
cool.
coolest sequences
It's
of all
so
time.
good.
Oh my God. And then you got Leah Seydoux where they're like tricking her to say that she's on the wrong,
Wrong
floor.
floor?
Oh God,
Ugh.
what a movie, Greg. No, fuck you.
Wait,
Can
fuck
we
you.
just? can we-
Cavill's in one of
you.
them.
Tim's
I
gone.
know.
Superman's in
and
one of
that's
them.
why I don't watch him. We have this long-standing
Oh,
boycott
because of the
now.
Fallout
Him,
mustache.
man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tim's gone. We've acknowledged that. Greg's dying, so we can now make all the rules. Now we
Oh,
put in
if Tim and
a
Greg ever
rewatch.
like leave this, it's just gonna turn into a Die Hard channel.
We
we're just gonna talk about Die
rewatch
Hard
all of the Mission
constantly.
Impossible movies, and then in Greg's memory, we do the before trilogy. in your
Okay.
memory.
See, that's the thing. Tim doesn't do this
Oh, I was
bargain.
like, wow,
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Joey and I want to watch the before trilogy.
Tease it out.
I do.
Let's go.
I still.
Let's do an
The whole
in-review.
reason I haven't watched it is because Greg's like, well, we'll probably do it at some point.
We will.
We'll never.
We
do
always
that.
get our way.
We'll never do Linkletter in review.
We don't need to.
Just
I just
those
these
three.
three. Like, all right. Here's what we do.
Mallrats. I just want to. Mallrats has like 5,000 views on our channel right now. for
Man,
that
you all
interview.
wasted so much of my time with that fucking series. I would have gladly not been on that. Fucking shit, man.
I think I would have probably said no to that one too.
Well, we were also doing 2 interviews at the time.
Oh yeah, that's tough.
We had, yeah, that's what we pay. Let me do Lord of the
What's the
Rings
pitch?
again. Jesus Christ.
I don't know why he's got to talk shit about Mallrats. Why Mallrats got to catch a goddamn thing?
Who, me or
You
him?
wonder why
Oh,
you keep
yeah.
getting voicemail.
You know what I
No,
mean?
I'm not saying I love Mallrats. I'm just saying, like, if Mallrats only got like 10,000 views,
You just said 5,000.
you imagine-
How many is it? How many views does it have
I
right
don't
now?
fucking know.
It's at
20,000 views.
After 18
20,000.
years,
4.
what about Dogma? What's Dogma at?
Well, Dogma's gonna have a renaissance now that they got the rights back. 19,000.
20,000.
This is a lot more than I thought it'd be.
Yeah.
I'll be real with you. This is a lot more than I thought it'd be.
13.
I think before
I got to assume people think this is the full movie uploaded.
I guarantee it.
They're clicking the wrong video.
It should be. We should just upload
Yeah.
it.
How
Make some money
about
out of it.
Balls of Fury? Ask Nick Gallegos.
Let's
Thank
take a look.
you.
Balls of Fury interview. Let's take a look.
I fucking hated you for that. I hated you for that.
Do you know how much I laughed? Sitting down and watch that movie, being like, they're gonna fucking hate this
I
film.
hate this
They're going
movie.
to hate this
We're
film.
only watching it because of his bitch ass.
Tim needed another movie that week.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Anyways, Joey,
Yes.
we figure out how much longer Tim's actually gonna be sick.
Oh.
Well, what's the
Just do
over under
it.
on that?
He's out tomorrow.
Mhm.
So if we wanted to, we just force it through. We just do an in review tomorrow. You know what I mean? We just fucking do it before.
I
That
watched
would have
it
been great
tonight.
today.
I know. That's the problem is that I'm gone.
If we just-
I leave Thursday, so I can't
We
do
made it a whole interview episode
Last time-
with the background and everything.
We've done
I
it.
didn't tell him
We made
anything.
Tim run it last time we tried to
Yeah.
heist the podcast.
Yeah, we did Armageddon.
When's he? Is he ever gonna
Balls
take
of
a
Fury's
vacation
at 60,000 views? No. No way.
Kevin, can you please pull that up for us when you have a second? Thank you.
I'm looking.
Prove everyone wrong here.
Oh, after 20 years.
Tim does have a couple of like long weekends that we
Okay.
could maybe
Okay.
fudge around.
I'm willing to work the weekends. Coming here with you.
Like we could do a
Kevin.
Friday and a Monday.
Jesus,
I had to
Kevin.
sneeze.
Like, we don't
What do you
have to come in
fucking
on the
want me to
weekends.
do? Not sneeze?
Longest sneeze
It
of all time.
was
I
really
muted
loud.
my mic.
Oh my
I muted
God.
I was
But we
with
could
the
hear
mic.
you through the
Fuck
window.
you guys.
Kevin,
Just
you
like
did
we probably
great.
would've
You
been
did
able-
exactly
Thank
what should
you,
He's
have
at
Greg.
happened.
60,000 views after 3 years. It beat out every single. It probably beat out all of the Kevin Smith interviews together.
Man, I really should
No.
have fixed the
Not
kerning on
together.
that. The word
Well, it's
of.
just I'm just saying by your
Oh, yeah,
by your
it's
Really?
so far from Fury.
That's what you think that was. That was the deciding one on that one.
really
People
should've-
love Balls of Fury, man. You guys are crazy.
Dude,
Quality
I've-
cinema. I'm gonna put together a Nick in review series where it's
It's
gonna
a
be all of the
nightmare.
Balls of Fury / the Heat movies that I've been talking about for the last 5 years, and we're gonna rank all that
Are there
shit.
just like 2 of them?
Well, all that
All
ilk of
the
movie that I like,
movies.
where I'm like, you guys gotta watch this. And you guys are like,
So
gotta
much
watch all
Pauly
Suits. Yeah, we have to
Shore.
watch all
Yeah.
8 seasons of
How many
Suits.
times are we gonna watch Biodome?
Oh my God,
Well,
fuck
the-
yes,
look,
Biodome has to be on there.
The last sort of thing existing out there, the last sort of golden goose for kind of funny, and this will be when we are extremely desperate. This is where we're like, you know, there's 4 more people left of the company. Everybody's been laid off. Where everybody's gone, right?
Yeah.
Blessings at like the next version of G4 before
Oh,
they
I'm
get
sure that's
shut
gonna
down
go
or
well.
some shit
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
I should have let him go.
You really should have, man. It's video game movies in review.
Yeah.
And there's so many.
Oh, they're all bad. They're
There's
all
a
terrible.
million goddamn of these movies. We're talking about all like the Uwe Boll,
The Resident Evil movies. You've got the Silent
the
Hill
Dead or
movies.
Alive.
You got the
like,
yeah.
there's so many damn video game movies out there. And I'm so excited, even though it's going to be such a massive undertaking, but it's going to be some of the best content we've ever done because it's going to be hilariously bad. Like these movies are going to be not boring bad in the way that we've had some of those cursed movies that we have to watch where it's like, I can't even laugh
the
at how bad
Transformers
this is.
movies
Oh.
are so hard to get through because they just make zero fucking sense.
But then you have the moments of, oh my God, I think I just found a Transformer. And me discovering that actually wasn't the movie. It wasn't just Nick just doing a
And then
improv line.
you thinking of the ramifications of that and being like, does everyone know what a Transformer is in this movie? Like, in this world? Do they know what this is?
His name
How
is
does
Kate Yeager.
Yeager know what a Transformer? Of course his name's Kate Yeager. Dude. You think that
You're gonna have
fucking
to watch Borderlands again though.
Borderlands
I've never watched it.
was so fucking bad.
I've never seen it.
It was so bad.
Pixels is one. Wreck-It Ralph. Think about all
Well,
of them.
okay,
Ralph
so
is cute,
but
though.
Wreck-It
That's
Ralph.
awesome. Yeah.
I don't think Wreck-It Ralph or Pixels are in this.
I don't. You think
They're
that
not
it's
even
both a video
based on
game
a video
They need to be
IP?
based on a video game IP.
So no
Because
Ready
Wreck-It Ralph's
Player
actually just a good
One.
movie.
I agree with Nick on this one, and I hate him.
We don't have to get along to run this company.
Huh.
Tim will do it.
Tim Wasabi, he's a
Dead or
problem.
Alive wasn't Uwe Boll? No way. I really thought it was.
Am I crazy? Which one was Christian Slater in? Wasn't he in a Silent Hill movie?
That sounds right.
I liked the Silent Hill movie, but that's like, you know, I was stupid.
I'm a
That
huge
means
fan
all
of the Resident Evil
Tomb
movies.
Raider movies too, right?
The Tomb Raiders,
All of them, or
all of them. They're so
really
bad.
Resident Evil 1 I liked a lot for what it was.
It's so bad. They're all bad.
Yeah.
But there's a weird, like, curiosity to those films for me. Because that was of the era where, and I think we're still in this era, where the people that made the video game never actually played the video game. They just sort of like talked to the people that played the video game and were like, let's not let the writers write this because they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
And so you get those weird moments of it, but tonally it's just not right.
Let me
And
come
it's
back
so
to that.
fun.
Let me come back to that because I want to talk a little bit more about that after I tell you, of course, about our sponsors. Remember, if you have a Kind of Funny membership on patreon.com/kindoffunny, youtube.com/kindoffunnygames, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts, you, of course, can get our shows ad-free. But since you're not supporting this small 11-person business right now, here's a word from our sponsor.
This episode's brought to you by Built. If you're a renter, I'd start taking advantage of Built if I were you. Here's the thing. We earn points on groceries, travel, and practically everything else we buy. But we should also be earning points on rent, one of our biggest monthly expenses. Built changed the game by letting renters earn high-value points on rent and around their neighborhood. There's no cost to join Built, and as a member, you'll earn valuable points on rent and your everyday spending. Built points can be transferred to your favorite hotels and airlines, and even the ones you haven't heard of. There are over 500 airlines and 700,000 hotels and properties around the world you can redeem your Built points toward. Points can also be redeemed towards a future rent payment and unique experiences that only Built members can access. So, if you're not earning points on rent, my question is, why not? Start earning points on rent you're already paying by going to joinbuilt.com/kindafunny. That's joinbilt.com/kindafunny. Make sure to use our URL so they know that we sent you there. Joinbuilt.com/kindafunny to start earning points on your rent payments today. This episode's brought to you by BetterHelp. What do you want your 2025 story to be? Every January brings you 365 blank pages waiting to be filled in. In 2025, maybe you're ready for a plot twist, or maybe there's part of your story you've been wanting to revise. Life isn't about resolutions that fade by February. It's about picking up the pen and becoming the author of your own life. Think of therapy as your editorial partner, helping you write new chapters and create the meaningful story you deserve to live. Some of my best friends use BetterHelp, and they love how helpful it can be for learning positive coping skills and how to set boundaries. It empowers you to be the best version of yourself. It isn't just for those who've experienced major trauma. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. And it serves over 5 million people worldwide. Write your story with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/kindafunny to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/kindafunny. BetterHelp.com/kindafunny.
Didn't we already do an ad cut?
We did a thing where I said, hey,
Oh, got
but then
it.
we did it deep in the show.
Got it.
So now we did the ad cut. Now we're back from the ad cut, whatever. But no,
Oh. He was in Alone in the Dark, the movie, Christian Slater. Sorry.
that looked like you were hacking.
Dude,
There he is.
I was like, see, Silent Hill was Sean Bean. Ned Stark.
Oh, okay, sure.
Was that?
Not to be confused with Michael Bean.
So I'm confused because it says this is 1992, right?
Hmm?
But it's, Wikipedia is stating
Well, this
that
was the
the
game.
earliest video game movie. Yeah, that's the
That's the game. Sorry. That's the movie. Alone in the Dark, 2005 horror.
2.4 out of 10 on IMDb.
Rocks, dude. It's free on Tubi.
Because
Of
Wikipedia
course.
is stating that Super Mario Bros. Is the first
Tubi.
video game movie, like the first movie based on a video game that had a theatrical release.
I don't know
right?
if I ever said that.
We would have to not. We would have to also do outside of theatrical releases because so many of these movies were just straight to DVD.
Of course.
And I'm seeing Double Dragon, which is a movie that I watched
Oh.
the shit out of as a
Yeah,
kid. It was
dude.
so badass.
The two
it had the
brothers.
dude from I think it had the dude from Only the Strong,
Mark
Not
Mark
Strong.
Dukakis.
Dukakis.
That's him. Yeah, Mark
Double
Dukakis.
Dragon, 1994. Let's see if we're right. Let's see if Andy's right. Is he right?
We watch such
Load the
different
fucking
things
page.
as
I know,
children.
right?
Robert
Yeah.
Patrick was in it, and Mark Dukakis.
Yes, Mark Dukakis was
Wait,
in
was
Devil
Robert
Dragon.
Patrick one of the guys? Oh no, he wasn't one of the guys.
We
It's,
got
Scott
Street-
Wolf. Holy shit.
We got Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, Wing Commander, Lara
Wing
Croft
Commander
Tomb
with
Raider.
Matthew Lillard. Was he in that
I
one?
believe so. Yeah.
And what's his name? Sarah Michelle Gellar's
The
Freddie
ratings
Prinze Jr.
on these are
We're not watching these. That's why, like that, it would be a picking choosing.
Mortal
video game
Kombat
movies in
Annihilation
review.
is at 11 out of 100.
You want to talk about movies that aren't going to do numbers? Throw shit, fucking shaded ball
No.
rats.
If,
This ain't gonna do
here's the
fucking
thing.
numbers.
If we
I
did the
think you're
Street Fighter
crazy.
movie, for instance, that would do numbers. because we would shut on that, and it'd be so fun to watch that and like just be like, where did we make these creative decisions?
I think you're discounting the amount of video game fans in our fan base that would go, wow, I'm interested to see what they would think about this old
You
ass
think they're gonna
movie.
watch Wing Commander?
that's the game.
I think all of it, yeah.
Wing Commander 3.
That was the game.
What about Blood Rain by Uwe Boll, you know?
No, they're not gonna watch that.
Dead
Wait,
or Alive,
Wait, was
DOA.
that with what's her Kate Beckinsale?
Yeah, I
We
believe
watch.
so, yeah.
We
There's
watch
no way
for
that
sure.
they're gonna watch these movies before
No.
we get a before trilogy,
Come on.
where I get to watch the Mamma Mia movies.
For
you know?
sure, we go
And zombies.
Street Fighter, Resident Evil. Those are the two we start with. We've already done the Super Mario Brothers movie.
I don't
Don't
think
say
we
it
can.
like
I don't
that.
think we can pick and choose, guys. What? We're not gonna watch Max Payne with fucking Mark Wahlberg?
No, we have to
Yeah, we
watch
have
that.
to.
Come
That's
on.
Andy, shut up. We have to.
What's the one where he has the power glove?
That's the wizard.
That's the wizard. But
Does that
again,
count?
Not a video game.
that's not a video
no.
game movie. It's a movie about video games. Different story.
It's
So
not.
no
based,
war
It's not
games.
based on a kid named. Yeah, no war games.
I mean, War Games is technically based on Tic Tac Toe. The only
No
way to play.
Tron. You
the
realize
Wayne is not to
Tron's,
play.
like, based on it. They're playing a video game.
I think
Yeah.
I'd rather watch all of those movies than the ones that you named.
Dude, if we did
Personally?
War Games and Tron, that'd be lit.
But like this in-review franchise, I think it could save Kind of Funny.
Oh, we're in trouble.
When
In the
when we're
future-
eventually in trouble.
In the
this will
future,
save
we're
us.
blessings working
this
for
is when you only
G5.
have 4 people.
So here's what I'll say right now. All right, Alien in review, some of our
G6.
finest work. One of my finest recaps.
You did great.
We just crushed. it
What's that
over there.
at?
15
That's good.
in 3 days. Yeah, that's
Not
good.
bad.
That's not bad.
Balls
For-
Fury 60, 3 years.
what I need everybody to do is go triple those numbers so that I have Sigourney Weaver's PR people pulled up, their publicist. So we get those numbers good. I can, hey, send Sigourney Weaver up here. Let's put her on this show. We got a reason to talk to her.
Yes.
I feel conservatively like Sigourney Weaver would love us.
I have your permission to bring her up first class.
100%.
Okay.
We're not flying fucking Sigourney Weaver economy. Are you kidding
Get on
me?
Spirit.
You have my permission to send Mike down there to pick her up and fly with her in first class.
That'd be amazing. We're gonna send white glove service.
Mike flies first class down there, picks her up. She flies first class.
Why
It's hilarious. It's
Okay.
funnier that
He's
way.
not gonna pronounce her name correctly.
Signori? Could you imagine?
Signori.
Could you imagine on the ride back from the airport, Mike's doing that thing he does where he interviews you?
Oh,
He just asks you like 50
Tell me
questions.
about
in a row.
yourself.
So Sigourney, you in that
How the kids? How
Ghostbusters
the
movie? That Ghostbusters movie good? Is any good? Any good? What about the second one? Any good? Good?
No, I never. I gotta get back to that one. Yeah, I gotta get back to that one.
I think she'd love us, but candidly, she would be one of the handful of stars that I would be so fucking starstruck to
Yeah.
be around that I don't know if I could function.
I
Because
can
she's a
do it for you.
badass.
Don't worry.
You're telling
Oh,
me
you're
we're
a
not gonna
professional.
watch the Warcraft movie?
Oh god, that movie was horrible.
No, it was fine. It was a fine movie.
you really corrected there. You were like, it was alright.
It was a
fun.
fine movie.
You hear Kevin laughing at that.
It wasn't bad.
It
That was as
okay.
bad. That was as bad as today when we were like, Mike. By the way, are you excited for the future of Xbox? Yeah.
Rampage with The Rock.
Rampage. Oh my god, that was bad too. That we could do. We'd have to do that.
You know what? There's a lot less. I think there's a lot less movies because I'm looking only at theatrical. But if I go to direct to video,
No,
oh yeah,
you can't go direct. to
This is
video.
where the
Let's
greatness.
do art. The before trilogy. All right, let's do some art in here. Let's stop feeding everybody junk
We can
food
do
with
the-
in
Remember how
review.
much fun you guys had when I made you guys watch Magic Mike? We could do that again, but in Greece with Meryl Streep.
I would love to. I've never seen the mom movies.
Me neither. I'm
Pretty
in.
fun.
I'm in.
I just get
just
those
rewatched them
confused.
with Elise and a bunch of people in LA.
I would love
but
to. I would love that.
I would love to.
I love
I'd love to be a
musicals.
part of it, but I like
You can be
whenever
busy
it's
that
being
day?
filming. Yeah, I might I
Chat
think
be
there's
cool.
something in the schedule, so I'll probably just release videos.
That'd be cool. So for sure, some of Tim's plans for in review are, and I forget if it is Alien versus Predator in review. I think it might be where that's gonna fill gaps and stuff, like when there's stuff.
there's so many of them.
If we just, he's like, guys, we're doing AVP 2 tomorrow. Like, all right, got it, Tim. And then we just watch whatever we want to watch. And then we all sit down and Tim starts, we're like, actually, Tim, you go take 5. Joey, come on out. We watch Mamma Mia. We're going to do Mamma Mia in review. Switch the things, do the stuff.
Can you imagine how?
I don't
I
know.
think he
Tim
would
might
be-
legitimately not come back.
The
He
real.
would be flabbergasted
Be
if we
so
did.
mad
If we
at
were
you
able to
guys.
He wouldn't be
coordinate.
mad. That would be one of those, like, it would be
have-
good content. And it's not like anybody signed on to sponsor AVP for specifically.
No,
Okay,
you
it would
have
be-
to do both. You have to do the movie you
Yes.
wanted, and then immediately after be like, all right, Tim, come back. We're gonna do the actual movie you want.
Because you have to think about the people that are clicking and barely know us.
Oh, sure, but
Oh, but when it got to
those
the thing,
people are
they would say
the
Mamma Mia in review.
patrons who are trying to watch live. Sure, they're going to be bamboozled.
Very tough
but,
for
like-
hire doesn't give a shit what we do.
Yeah, but when this goes public, we put the right headline on. It's Mamma Mia
Yeah.
in review.
Here's my only counter
We're
argument.
not bait and switching the audience, Justin.
Here's my only counter argument to
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
that I actually really love even the bad movies in this series. I really would love to watch.
No,
I don't
no,
wanna hear
you're
you guys speculate
misinterpreting
on
my
it.
thing. We will come back to AVP.
Yeah, I know.
2 or whatever. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
that one
just
week
gotta get
where
Tim.
thought we were doing that, we did it. We just did. We all watched Mamma Mia.
I think Tim would be flabbergasted that we were able to get
Counterpoint.
a custom intro and
Yeah,
music.
exactly. That's the thing we got
But
to work with Carter.
it would
right?
be easy.
Yeah, counterpoint.
Yeah.
Just throwing this out there, brainstorming.
I love
Circle of
it.
trust, no bad ideas here.
Mm-hmm.
We wait until Tim gets tip-top shape. So, Tim's like, oh, he knows everything. You'll be like, Tim, I already know it, Nick. I already know it. I know everything. I see everything. He's like a fucking oracle, right? He's always on Twitter. He's always on everything. We just somehow record all of the Sunrise, all 3 of them,
Yeah, I thought. it was
and
that
Mamma
shit.
Mia
Yeah.
without him knowing.
Yeah.
And we just put them up
Yeah.
in succession once a week. And he'll be like, how the fuck did you guys do this? How did I
Yeah.
not know this
That's
was
what
there?
I'm saying. Like, we really,
need the vac-
we
we need
really
Tim
fucking
vacation.
wasted his honeymoon.
Like, we need to come in
We
on a
fucked this
Saturday.
up.
We fucked it up.
We
did.
fucked up.
Can we
That
get
would've-
Gia to plan another honeymoon? Like maybe they just
Think about
need
how
two?
hard it was to get him to take that vacation.
Isn't it, and I know this is a commitment on our part because we'll have lives outside of this office.
Looking at the calendar.
But what if we came in at midnight every night for like 5 days and just did it and didn't tell him and then just didn't even tell him, just published it. And he'd be like, wait, what?
With the thumbnail popping up.
Everything.
Why is he billing Ted?
That would be unbelievable.
Also, it could be done at 7 p.m.
Well, no, Tim stays late, dude.
Yeah, yeah. And
There's
I
been
gotta
multiple
put, I
times I
gotta
leave
put
at like
Ben down. I
6
gotta
and
put
Tim's
Ben
still
down.
here. Yeah, he's got to put
I'm
Ben
looking
down.
at the calendar to see.
We could do it remotely.
No, they always suck remotely.
That's true. Because it's like, what? Oh, you got robot-y.
Okay. All right.
Tim has jury duty potentially.
We have to make sure he gets on that jury. All right.
Nothing bad can happen for our business if he gets put on a 4-month trial. Guys, I can't take a call for 3 months.
All right. We got something cooking.
Why do you
here.
suppose? Let's peel this back a little.
Sure, I love
Why
it.
do you suppose we like torturing Tim so much?
It's
Why
because
is it cathartic for you and me?
I think
Joey, you can answer first. You had a good answer. What was it?
I don't really torture Tim. I just feel like I'm more witness to
you
the torture.
egg us on.
You don't
I do.
stop it. You don't do anything to stop us from torturing him. You
Yeah,
encourage,
because
you do
then
encourage
I
it.
become the target. So sorry, Tim, you have to deal with that.
Do you okay, this is interesting. Do we torture Tim because we're all afraid that we'll become the target? And Tim's just an easy target because he never tortures anyone else. We know the buck stops there.
I think honestly, what it comes down to is, especially for the founders, right, is the managers of the business, right, which we use loosely, but is what it is.
It is what it is.
I think you can look at me and Nick. And like, come on, you see the silly side. You're getting 50-50 there, right? Like,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
One way or the
Leading
other.
from behind, if you know what I
One
mean.
way or another, the pendulum's gonna swing of maybe it's a serious day, maybe it's whatever.
Yeah,
this is a serious thing.
yeah,
we
yeah.
can be serious. We need to.
Yeah.
It just Tim doesn't ever get to swing into
He
the
never
fun
swings
side.
silly. He's never
so
fun.
like he's
Kinda
always
does, though.
he's always the teacher.
Yeah, he really
but
is.
comparatively, on the scale of Greg, Tim, and Nick, right, of like what you're doing up there in terms of serious to least serious.
Yeah.
Tim's gonna be more serious.
But it's usually, I feel like you guys probably don't see it because Tim's like that when you're gone.
probably yeah.
And then
He's
Tim's
afraid
just
of
like,
us.
well, now I'm one of the, I'm one
Well,
of
I
the
mean, whatever. I have
kids.
to hear him talk about the housewives all the time with you and all
Oh,
this
yeah.
stuff, and you know.
Langley asks, does he not watch the podcast? No.
No.
Oh, there's no way he's watching this. No.
Which is great because I know that Greg usually listens to and or watches most of the podcasts that you're not on.
Yeah.
So whenever you're not here, there's just this little part of my brain that's like, that's gonna make Greg laugh.
Yeah.
Whenever we said something,
making
I was like,
content
that's gonna
for me.
get Greg.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
gonna get Greg. But I know Tim's just not gonna.
I
Watch.
think you guys like torturing Tim because it's always kind of a competition to see if you can get a reaction out
Yeah,
of Tim.
that's
because
huge.
he
That's a
doesn't
huge part of it.
Yeah.
really ever offer
It's-
one.
He's sort of like, which is weird because he's younger than both of us, but he's sort of like the big brother that had to shoulder a lot of the brunt of like the stuff growing up, you know? And then like, it's like when the parents were like struggling and he was like, okay, I'll help raise you guys. But then dad started doing real good at his job. And then now the two shitty little younger brothers are just like spoiled. It's kind of that vibe. It's like,
Yeah.
we just don't get you.
An alien in review. Yeah, when I did the face hug 'em or face fuck 'em segment,
He didn't like
and
that.
like Tim's reaction, like when I was looking at the comments and somebody's like 56:0, I was like, I know what this is, but I gotta relive it. It's just Tim like grabbing the wheel for a second. I'm like, what is he doing? What's he about to do? We're gonna have a good discussion on that one. Aliens, I'll tell you what.
with a theme song that's ready to rock. You know
We
what
got
I
to
mean?
practice that because I don't know where we are anymore with that.
Did you write
I
a
think
new
it's
one?
like 1, 2, 3, face hug 'em, face hug 'em, face hug 'em, face hug 'em, face hug 'em. A little bit of a
Okay.
It's a little bit longer than it needs to be.
I'm just gonna let
I'm
you
not
go.
making it longer.
You go. When the time comes tomorrow, Wednesday, you go.
I mean, you'll hear the snare, you'll feel it.
Okay.
Dun 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 dun, and then you just follow the bass line. Dun 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 dun.
Face
dun,
fuck 'em.
dun,
Face
dun,
hug 'em.
dun, dun,
Where are we
dun,
gonna
dun,
put 'em
so
in?
much
Dun,
when I
dun,
watch
dun,
it
dun,
review.
dun,
That's
dun.
rough. I know. Yeah, I put up similar to you. I put up an Instagram post. I think it was the one with me and the money in the bank, and I was like, I've come out of my egg and I've shed my skin. And people are like, what the fuck? And I'm like, is it so much to ask you watch 19 hours of content to understand the
get
Easter eggs in the Greg cinematic universe? I'm
You're either
sorry.
in or you're not.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
You want to be in it? You want to understand these jokes, or you
Didn't
want to
have
get your
time to watch
gaming news?
Alien before, you know.
It's fair enough. I understand that.
How's your tattoo doing?
Great.
Oh yeah,
Looking
looks
great.
pretty all healed.
Yeah. No, it's oh,
Garfield too.
yeah. Garfield too. Garfield looks way better, I think. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, going with a light blue on your arm, your
Tough one.
ghostly white arm is like, they were like,
Tough.
it's going to fade over time, and it's not. I'm like, but I need to at least see it this way and decide if I'd ever want to change it or do whatever.
Yeah.
Do you think
And
you
you
get
go there
the
with
thing
the dark
outlined
color.
now?
I don't know. When it was healing initially, I was like, yeah, I'm probably gonna touch it
Fill it
up or
in.
do whatever. But and then now that it's like getting to where it is, I'm like, I kind of like that. It isn't like bah in your face the entire time.
Yeah.
I
You're
do wish.
Fill it in?
Which one?
Like the
Outline?
Yeah.
The outline of the 10 was never going to be filled in. No, it was just a bridge in terms of like the coloring. If it would be too light, if it would do whatever.
Yeah.
But I kind of even like right there on camera, I like how it looks and not being an egregious in your face yada yada.
You
But
don't
over
want, like,
time,
the neon blue.
I would love that. I mean, oh no, that's the reason it's as light as it is because she had Mimi Samo shout out. She came in with a darker blue and put them both on the thing, and I was like, this one is so our blue that I gotta try that one.
Yeah.
And I don't dislike it. I wish it was brighter, but I think blue's gonna be like
I think it's gonna be tough,
even with
yeah.
my hair, it was gonna be hard to keep. You know what I mean?
Rehearsal.
Very fucking.
Send this to Sigourney Weaver's people and see what they say. There's no wonder why people don't want to come on our shit.
We're gonna send the numbers in the thing, but
You
we're
really,
not.
you really had Sigourney until face hug 'em or face fuck 'em the segment.
She's
Oh,
fun though.
really?
She curses. She likes
She's rad.
Maybe I just haven't been on in review in a while.
Well, the other keyboard was the one that the C button kept fucking up, but it also didn't have a looper. But this one has a looper.
This thing's badass.
and this
thing's
one
cool.
cost like $2,000.
Jesus.
I got it for $1,000 though.
Whoa,
I had about
deal.
I had $1,000 in Amazon money. I didn't know I had.
Nice.
I didn't know it was like real.
How did
Well, every time I would check out, they'd be like,
Do you want to use this?
credit card. Look at all this money you have. I was like, yeah, that's some bullshit like promo. It's not,
Yeah.
it's not real. And then my brother's like, no, that's real money.
That's how I always
So
feel
I'd
about.
been building up money for about 15 years. I didn't know I had. I had like $900 something.
That's how I feel about
Jesus.
the Audible credits, where I have so many Audible credits from whatever being a Prime member or whatever, and so then it's anytime somebody's like, "Oh, you should read this book," I'm like, "Oh," and go in there. I always have the max amount of credits and buy them, and just
Wait, where
maybe
is
listen
this?
to it, maybe not listen to it.
Wait,
Like, do you use the
Nate's
Amazon
looking
credit
to see
card?
how much
No.
Oh,
I'm
that's-
sorry.
see,
I use it because it always tells me I have American Express points I can pay with. I was like, this is my American Express card.
That is correct.
I've been using the Amazon
That's what I
credit
have.
card for 15 years or whatever at this point, and I had been
You just
building
have
up.
15 years
Well,
worth of
you get
points.
5% back on
Yeah.
every purchase.
Now, was there a part of you that was like, this keyboard is $2,000? If I just wait another 15 years, I can get it for free.
That's a good point. That is a good point. That's a good point.
You ever think about that?
Was it really $2,000?
Face fuck 'em.
I thought you were
them in your
joking.
mouth one way or the other. Face fuck 'em.
Face hug 'em.
It's a little slimy.
Yeah. So these sell used. The models from 2011, you could buy them used now for like $1,200.
That's crazy.
Look, Teenage Engineering is the name of the manufacturer. A lot of people think that they're like way too overrated and way too overpriced,
Whoa.
but like
I mean, $2,000 for that is a lot, but it's cool.
it's crazy, but it's got everything I want.
Mm.
And everything always had a concession. Any device I looked at always was like, yeah, but it doesn't have this. Yeah, but it doesn't have this.
Do you ever get jealous when one of those guys pops up on your feed where it's like a camera and a badass keyboard, and he's like, "What if I just did this?"
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. And then you hit loop, and then you hit a
I
beat,
love that,
and then
dude.
and it's a badass like synth thing. It's so cool.
I love that.
This
dude.
shit, you know why this shit looks
device
dope?
is so fucking
So
cool.
It
sexy,
looks
right? Isn't that
cool.
cool looking?
It's so cool.
What is it? Is
It's like
this
a
what
little
Amy has?
pocket synthesizer. Well, this guy,
That's a field recorder, so that's for people that want to sample
Oh,
real
nice.
life
Yeah,
sounds
that's
and
I
then
like
put
that.
it in and put it into the machine.
Is there one where if I put it on my vocal cords, I can do
Yeah, there's a vocoder in here.
you know, like the
You can plug in a
auto-tune?
vocoder. Yeah.
But I want to carry it around with me, so when Joey asks me a question about merge, I'm like, I don't know, Joey.
you're doing a really good job just doing it on your own. if I'm being
So
honest.
unfortunate
I was
that
like,
these
I'm nailing
are
this,
such
but
a high
I need
price.
a second opinion on this.
So Nick can't
On
do
that
this.
note, to close out the show, Madeline Stanley wrote in to kindafunny.com/KF podcast and says, "Can we get an update on who annoys Joey the most?"
Oh, that's an interesting one that I have not really thought about lately.
Wasn't it like a big thing during our anniversary stream?
Listen, we were all drinking.
I don't know. Oh, I do have a bone to pick with you, so you might be at the top.
Love it.
I heard you were trying to bring back an old bit from the old studio
this,
during the
Joey?
anniversry stream.
What is it?
I don't know
Maybe
if this is it.
putting carrots in my wine.
That might not have been him.
Damn it! Which one of you was it?
Now, I'm just going to full stop the conversation here and let you know how fucking offended I am.
Wow.
Because if you remember what
Wow.
happened is, you and me crossed the street to
Oh,
get
that's right.
alcohol, and I handed you a
sorry.
fucking carrot, and I said, by the way, Kevin just gave this to me and told me to put it in your drink.
I'm sorry.
I was the one looking out for you. I'm the one getting blamed.
You had no
Greg-
credit in this company,
Greg
Greg.
I'm
no
Miller.
credit.
sorry. At that point,
Greg
I was like kind
Miller,
of drunk.
Just know that I'm gonna get you.
He's gonna get your
You're
ass.
gonna
Greg.
get carroted so good.
mad.
Fair enough.
I can't.
I
can't
can't
drink
believe
wine
narked
here
on you
anymore.
like that,
Yeah,
Kevin.
that he
Bad.
fucked me so hard on because as I was
fucked you
leaving,
hard.
Joey, I had to leave early because I was gonna stick a carrot in your
And
drink.
it was literally,
Yeah,
it
I
was
know.
literally like Kevin's like, put this in her drink, and then
As I was
we
leaving.
walked right outside. I'm like, here's a carrot Kevin gave me. I'm not gonna fuck
That's
with it.
awful. That's awful, Greg.
Okay,
Fuck
then never
you,
mind.
Kevin.
Greg's not on the top of shit
Thank
list.
you.
Definitely Kevin again.
Good.
5 years in a row.
Yeah, Kevin. I
5
mean,
years
it's
running champ.
I feel like the rankings aren't as there's as much of a differential because Kevin was gone for like 3 months.
Sure.
So just the saturation point is much lower. Nick, always up there for various reasons.
That's weird
What,
seeing
what
that
have I been
room.
doing?
Yeah, I was
I've
gonna
been,
say.
I've been an angel lately. I've been an angel lately. You're on my
we
Sin
do have
2
to
Nerdle
work
team.
together now more often.
Yeah, we have to keep it professional now. I can't
Yeah.
annoy you because
yeah.
I need to
that
work
is
with you.
True.
now Roger on the other hand we can fuck with constantly. I don't really
But then he
overlap
has
with
to do the
Roger too
typing.
much.
He has to type.
Yeah, but I feel like the more anxious we make him, the faster his
Stronger.
little fingers type.
Yeah, stronger.
Oh, that is
Faster
true.
his little fingers touch.
I
Because
was
he gets
seeing
so
him.
stressed out.
I
Yeah,
was
he gets really
close. I
stressed
was
out.
real close to considering Roger to be the rival in the upcoming Pokemon.
Oh,
That's boring.
But I found another role for him that I think he'll fit well in. And the rival, I mean, you'll just have to wait and see.
oh wow.
Have to wait and see.
Have we talked about when that started?
We have not.
No, there's no date, but people, we know. But I don't want to.
Okay.
Just in case.
It's like the thumbnail.
Yeah.
We don't want to
Yeah.
let people in too much on that one.
Oh, man.
Ladies, gentlemen, and NBs, that's another episode of the Kind of Funny podcast in the bank, our weekly hang session. Thank you for hanging out with us, most notably Monica P, who's celebrating her first time watching live since becoming a patron. Thank you for your support. If you want to be like Monica P, you can head over to patreon.com/kindafunny. You can go to youtube.com/kindafunnygames. You can go to Apple, you can go to Spotify. You can get your Kind of Funny membership to support this here band of morons as we make content for you. No money tossed our way, no big deal. YouTube.com/kindafunnygames. Podcast services around the globe. Like, subscribe, share, use our advertisers, for whatever they're doing. And of course, until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you. Oh, it just ended.